is a Canadian Sports Network production in association with ITV.
Tonight, from the city of Edmonton, this is NHL Friday Night Hockey. We expect to see Wayne Gretzky of the Edmonton Oilers break out of his 8-game goal-scoring slump, the longest drought of his pro career. We'll also see another of the most gifted goal scorers in the game today, Michel Goulet of the Quebec Nordiques, and his teammate, the fine playmaker, the captain of the Nordiques, Peter Stastny. As well, we've got another special edition of NHL Blockbuster Trivia. From Northlands Coliseum, the best of the Smythe Division. TV.
The Oilers on ITV, brought to you by Molson, celebrating our 200th year. The best is yet to come.
We're looking ahead at the Edmonton Oilers schedule for the next 3 weeks. 10 very important hockey games as the Stanley Cup champions try to finish the regular season with the best overall record in the National Hockey League. The blue letters indicate the home date, and as you can see, 8 of those 10 games will be played at Northlands Coliseum. But the bad news for the Oilers, the visitors include most of the top teams from around the NHL. The Oilers have an excellent record on home ice, losing only 5 of 28 starts at Northlands. Right now, Edmonton's leading the league, but just barely. The Flyers are only 1 victory behind the Oilers. So these next 10 games could make the difference between winning the $200,000 top prize or finishing second best.
I think the battle that ourselves and Philly and the few other teams that have for first place right now is certainly have curious in a lot of people's mind. And the next 10 games for our team are going to be very important. We have, I think, 8 at home and 2 on the road, and I think everybody knows that the Oilers play pretty well at home, and if we can put a good stand-up in the next 10 games, we should have a pretty good shot at finishing first overall.
Good evening and welcome to our telecast. I'm Tim Spellacy. Tonight, the Edmonton Oilers returning to the friendly atmosphere of Northlands Coliseum following a 4-game road trip. They won a couple of games and they lost a couple of games. For the Quebec Nordiques, this is game 3 of a 4-game road trip, which so far has been fairly successful, with victories in Boston and then in Los Angeles. Quebec and Edmonton, a rivalry that goes back to the days of the World Hockey Association. It certainly hasn't lost any of its intensity. I'll be working tonight with Bruce Buchanan and John Davidson, and we're all just about set for the opening face-off. Stay with us. In just a moment, we'll have the Oilers and the Nordiques live on ITV.
Everyone, there's the referee for tonight's hockey game, 45-year-old Ron Wicks in his 19th season in the NHL. He's from Toronto, Ontario. In goal tonight for the Quebec Nordiques, 24-year-old Clint Malarchuk, born in Grand Prairie, Alberta. And what a surprise he has been to the Nordiques this season. He's been NHL Player of the Week 3 times this season. And for the Oilers tonight, it's 23-year-old Grant Fuhr, born in Spruce Grove, and congratulations to Grant and his wife on the arrival of a new baby girl Wednesday, and they're calling her Rochelle. So we'll see how Grant reacts to that tonight. Both teams are hurting defensively. The Oilers have Steve Smith out of the lineup tonight. He has a sprained muscle. Don Jackson out with a cheekbone injury. And for the Nordiques, Norman Rochefort, Pat Place, and Randy Moeller all out of the lineup. Rochefort with a separated shoulder. Place underwent an appendectomy in Los Angeles, and Moeller has a shoulder injury. Just a bit of a delay before we get tonight's game underway as Ray Scapinello was down to check Grant Fuhr's net. Ron Wicks checking things out at the timekeeper's bench. We're just about set to go. The Nordiques and the Oilers have split their previous 2 games, both held at Le Colisée in Quebec City. The Oilers won the first one 5-4. Dave Semenko, a big story in that hockey game for the Oilers. And the Nordiques came from behind to win the second meeting of the season 5-3. So this is the rubber match in the final meeting of the season, unless they should happen to meet in the playoffs. And right now the Nordiques are leading the Adams division of the NHL with a record of 32-20-4. First period is underway. Sumanen to McClellan. McSorley's on the right side. And back on defense for the Nordiques is Alain Cote, who's normally a forward. Here's McClellan behind the net, looking for Sumanen. He got a weak shot, and he takes it into the corner now. Lowe cruising in from the point. He didn't get the pass, and Gilbert Delorme picks it up, the former Canadian. Now Marty McSorley back in his own zone for the Oilers. Nordiques make a change quickly. Kevin Lowe in the corner. Ahead to Kevin McClellan. Rink-wide pass for Marty McSorley. He couldn't catch up to it. And it's cleared in by Julian. Pure out to play at the Fogelin. He bounced it off the boards to McSorley. He's got room on the right side. Now to McClellan's slap shot. Off the glove of Malarchuk, and he covers up. Michel Bergeron, the 39-year-old coach of the Quebec Nordiques, as you look at Clint Malarchuk, who started 17 of the last 20 games for the Quebec Nordiques. He was not the all-star goaltender. Teammate Mario Gosselin was, but Malarchuk very well could have been the way he has played for Quebec this season. Goals against average for Malarchuk of 3.12 as you look at Wayne Gretzky trying to snap an 8-game goal-scoring drought. Robert Picard behind the net, wearing a visor, of course, the former Winnipeg Jet. Mario Marois, the captain of the Nordiques, went over to Winnipeg. Jari Kurri back to Paul Coffey. Randy Gregg is defense partner tonight. Charlie Huddy will suit up with Selmar Odeline, who's up from the Regina Pass. Gregg in from the point. Here's Jari Kurri looking for Solheim. Gregg picks it up along the boards to Gretzky. Solheim at the side of the net. Now he moves in front. Coffey coming in. Takes the pass. Kurri behind the net. Centers it for Solheim. And a win off the stick of Shaw, who brings it up for Quebec. And he was checked from behind by Jari Kurri. 1.5 minutes gone first period. There's no score. Long lead pass by Coffey. Ends up on Delorme's stick. He plays it off the boards. Mike Eagles, who spent most of last season in Fredericton, seeing regular duty with the Nordiques. Long slap shot by Picard. That was gloved by Grant Fuhr. Gilbert Delorme back in his own zone. Across to Cote, and he tipped it into the stands and out of play.
Well, the Stasny brothers, 2 of the 3 still remaining with the Nordiques. Talking to some of the players, Bruce, about the Stasny brothers, they said Anton, who is the youngest of the 3 brothers, is the most North American-styled player. He also lives a life of a North American type of a person. He's adapted the best of the 3. Of course, his brother Marion, now a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Now here the Oilers' Odeline, side of the net to Anderson, trying to center it for Odeline. And the puck came out. Steve Patrick to Delorme. A long slap shot went off Charlie Huddy, and it hurt him. Mark Messier, as Huddy tries to shake off the effects of that shot. Semenko tipped the puck out against Delorme.
Charlie Huddy's hurting. He took a body check, and he's had a stiff back, Bruce. He's got the puck now, but he is hurting. Really, he's really sore. He's struggling right now. He's bent right over.
Anton Stasny looking for Patrick in front. Puck bounces away, and now Malone picks it up. Centers it. Here's Stasny right in, shoots. And I think it hit Patrick at the side of the net. Huddy in all kinds of pain trying to hobble off the ice, and he can't get off.
And that's a shame, because the first step to the hockey club to lose Charlie Huddy is going to be a problem for the Oilers. Of course, they've got Marty McSorley. He can drop back and play defense.
Mark Kumpel couldn't handle the pass at center. Kevin Lowe has the puck for the Oilers. This past the 3-minute mark, first period, there's no score. Dale Hunter now on the ice for Quebec. Here's Krushelnyski to McTavish. He has Napier on the left side. McTavish just scoops it in. Malarchuk stops it behind the net. Julian is there. Feeds it up the boards. Lee Fogelin had moved in. Couldn't keep it in. And Napier has the puck. Back to Kevin Lowe. Now here's Kumpel. Big shot wide of the Oiler net. Goulet after it in the corner. He was slammed into the boards by Fogelin. Hunter in front for Kumpel. That play broken up by Lowe. Weak shot by Julian. Hunter trying to leave it for Goulet. His shot. And it's gloved by Grant Fuhr. live from Northlands Coliseum. This is your Molson Hockey Telecast.
Home and rhythm is in my shoes. No use sitting there and singing the blues. So be my guest, you got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a see through? Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a see through?
Molson Canadian. Taste that'll stop you cold.
3 minutes, 44 seconds have been played in the first period. No score between the Oilers and Nordiques. Couple of first-place teams. Oilers leading the Spike very comfortably. The Nordiques not in the same situation, but Montreal in a bit of a tailspin, and Quebec has overtaken them. Hunter and McSorley mixing things up.
They'll be mixing it up a lot tonight. It's not a bad start for the Nordiques, considering they never got into Edmonton until 3 o'clock this morning. They had a 5-hour flight delay leaving Los Angeles yesterday. They were out on the airplane on the runway. They had problems, returned to the terminal, and sat there for 5 hours. We look at what some say is the best left winger in hockey. The shy person is Michel Goulet. Team Canada, the last Team Canada really helped him as he was a star amongst stars, and it helped his personality, and now he's one of these more outgoing people who just enjoys playing. Of course, he's got 22 power play goals. That doesn't hurt his point production, does it, Bruce?
Certainly doesn't. Set a left-wing record a couple of years ago with 121 points. And he's got 37 goals this year. Michel Goulet, real sniper on that left side for Quebec. Randy Gregg has been very solid on the Oilers defense to Kevin McClellan. He had Hunter behind the net. He's grabbed by Randy Gregg. Still got it to Goulet. His shot. Here put the pads together and hangs on. Pretty quick whistle there by Ron Wick. Didn't look like here had complete control of the puck.
Very durable Dale Hunter, who never missed a game during his first 4 years pro, Bruce. And he plays tough. This year is his 5th straight year over 200 penalty minutes. This is a team that, Bruce, they only use 2.5 lines most of the time. The fourth line very seldom sees ice. This time Goulet shooting from a bad angle. Watch the Nordiques, what we've watched here in the first 4 minutes, Bruce. They're shooting from everywhere, outside the blue line, bad angles. That seems to be their game plan, shoot from all directions.
Anderson a shot. Good example there, and just missed the net. Marty McSorley has the puck for the Oilers away from Brett Ashton. Now to Paul Coffey. He shoots it in, but the Oilers were offside on the play. Just past the 4-minute mark. No score at the Coliseum.
The $6 million new inventory clear-out is on now at Derek Dodge. It's a limited-time offer, so hurry in for deals like these. Only $133 a month for a new Dodge Colt. The all-new 86 Lancer, just $179 a month. Full-size 86 Dodge pickup from $148 a month. New 1986 Aries K cars, only $149 a month. $6 million of new 1986 cars and trucks must go. But don't delay. These low monthly terms are a limited-time offer. From Derek Dodge, Calgary Trail South, and Argyle Road.
There you see the score here in the first period. Picard and Delorme on the ice as defense partners right now for Nordiques. Having a few words. Gretzky is with the referee, Ron Wick. Picard's been getting a lot of ice time, Bruce. He's played 30 to 35 minutes a game as the Nordiques have had all kinds of problems with injuries in their defense. Now, Delorme doesn't play that much. He's coming off a knee injury. So that's why Picard is getting time, lots of time on the ice.
Asked him how he's enjoying Quebec. He says, I love it. He said anything to get out of Winnipeg right now, Here's Solheim. And a two-line offside pass against the Oilers. The new logo worn on the right sleeve of the Nordiques jerseys. Next year, the All-Star game is going to be in Quebec City. This present year, it was in Hartford, and they had the passing of the All-Star ceremonies, and it's going to be held in Quebec City, and that should be an adventure, I would think. Very classy city is Quebec City. It should be a lot of fun. Another Challenge Cup-type format with a couple of games against the Soviets. Should the Players Association approve it, I guess.
That crest is about 8 inches in length. It must have had 2 or 3 pounds on their jerseys.
Here's Gretzky for the Oilers. Backhands it in, puts it on Shaw's stick. He plays it off the board, and here's Paul Gillis to Peter Stastny. Centers it. What a save by Fuhr on Brett Ashton. Now Stastny trying to jam it in, and Grant Fuhr covers up.
Well, Stastny went to his backhand, Bruce, and that meant pass. Grant Fuhr could anticipate, and he knocked the puck out of midair with his catching glove. Watch Stastny now. He's got the puck on his forehand to the backhand. That means pass. Across goes Fuhr, a man alive. He stretched everything and reached out and got a hold of that puck. Amazing. Look how far Grant Fuhr's out of position there, and he still got across. Is he in great shape, and is he moving well? And congratulations to Grant Fuhr. Became a father Wednesday night for the second time.
Amazing quickness. Grant Fuhr. Were you that fast, John, or?
Are you kidding? I got out of the way of pucks. Come on, let's not get embarrassed.
Weren't all that fast getting upstairs, I'll tell you. Stasny and Messier. Messier waved out of the face-off circle.
Stasny's a heck of a player. He plays as well on the road as he does at home. He's the team captain now that Mario Marois has been traded to Winnipeg. And watch him. He'll have a good game.
Kevin Lowe in his 410th consecutive game. You talk about Dale Hunter. How about Kevin Lowe? Here's Messier. To Curry, now to Fogelin. Gretzky couldn't pick it up. To Messier on the left side. Gretzky is trailing Curry for the front of the net. Messier still has it. Gill is trying to push him off the puck. That's not an easy job. Now Picard tries his luck. Messier lost his stick, and Picard gets it to David Shaw. He was looking for Ashton. Ashton averaged over a point a game when he came over to the Nordiques from Minnesota last year. Got off to a slow start this season, coming on somewhat. Gretzky for Yari Curry. To Kevin Lowe moving in. Slap to scores!
Well, that's Kevin Lowe's first goal of the year. The whole bench for the Edmonton Oilers standing up right now. And it's quite an emotional outburst here in the Edmonton Coliseum. What a great shot that was, and what a great pass from Yari Curry. Gretzky's going to give it to Curry, and watch Curry draw everybody to him along with Gretzky. Now he simply moves it as everybody comes to him. And look at Kevin Lowe wide open. The screen's in front, off the goalpost. What a great shot by Kevin Lowe, number one this year. There we have Solheim in front looking for a rebound. He takes the defenseman with him, but off the goalpost, Kevin Lowe, goal number one.
So the ribbing may finally be over. Kevin Lowe's first goal in over a year from Yari Curry and Wayne Gretzky at 5:45. It's 1-0. Patrick, a backhand shot off the glove of Fuhr. Fogelin up the boards to Yari Curry, who has a 7-game goal-scoring streak going. Here's Ken Solheim. He lost control to Gilbert Delorme. He's pushed into the corner boards by Solheim. He's a big left winger at 210. And play whistle down by Ron Wick.
Yari Curry leads the league in goals scored with 42. Tim Kerr has 41. He's topped all the playoff goal scorers for 2 years in a row, has Yari Curry. 19 last year, and that tied the record, which was held by Reggie Leach. Yari Curry keeps it going with a great pass to Kevin Lowe. And the Oilers on top. Messier's been on somewhat of a streak himself. 17 points the last 10 games. 2 key assists in that win in Detroit the other night.
Mentioned Yari Curry. He now needs only 2 points for 600 in his career. Messier trying to center it for Semenko. And Dave Semenko had an interesting line at practice this morning. We'll get to that. Anderson's shot hit Dale Hunter. Here's Randy Gray keeping it in for the Oilers. Good work by Anderson. Cutting towards the net right in front. Can't get the shot away. Now shoots, hit the side of the post and came out.
He may even have hit Semenko's calf, the back of Semenko's leg, as he was taking the Quebec defender out of the way, Bruce.
Here's Semenko, who said it'll be interesting to see if Messier and Anderson can keep up with me. Here's Michel Goulet. In front for Kumpel. He took it into the corner, now behind the net. Semenko couldn't check him. Now it's Delorme at the point. His slap shot deflected by Kumpel. Fuhr got a stick on it. Anderson got around Cote, but then the puck goes out of play. Pushed out of play by Michel Goulet.
Glenn Anderson again using his speed and balance. As he was bumped a couple of times, he still got a goal-scoring chance. Malarchuk, the native of Edmonton, had a little trouble getting across the net. See Anderson shake off the check. Now he's got control. Watch the traffic in front. Watch Malarchuk try to get across. He's like Ted. He runs into people. Now watch the left leg of Semenko. He stops that puck. Quite a play by Anderson to control it as long as he did. And Semenko doing his job, using his strength, being in front of the net, Bruce.
Anderson leads the Oilers with 7 power play goals as Donnelly shoots at the center. Fogelin has it and dumps it right back in for the Oilers. Kevin Lowe has scored. It's 1-0 Oilers. They've been outshot 8-4 by Quebec. Here's McCavick. Now Krushelnyski. Lowe had moved in again. Says they got 1, why not 2? Here's Krushelnyski to Napier, a shot. Gets saved by Malarchuk. McCavick on the rebound, a backhand shot. And Flint Malarchuk was there to make the save. 1-0. Oilers leading.
Since Chrysler introduced the Magic Wagon, there have been a few attempts at imitation, but only Magic Wagon has front-wheel drive, and that makes for lots of room inside without it being a gas guzzler. Unlike the competition, Dodge Caravan and Plymouth Voyager are back for 5 years or 80,000 kilometers. Even after we showed them how, they still didn't get it right. At Chrysler, we just want to be the best.
12:21 remaining first period. 1-0 Oilers on a goal by Kevin Lowe, McTavish, and Stasny on the faceoff. And it's whistled down by Ron Wick, hit by a high stick.
McTavish, who has his parents in town, the first time they visited their son to see him play in a game here in the Edmonton Coliseum. They flew in today from London, Ontario. He's a little excited. Of course, McTavish rooms with McSorley, and he said McSorley can clean the house up, but he can't cook for my parents. A little surprised to see Malarchuk in goal. He's got the flu the last 2 games. He said he's lost 8 pounds, Bruce, the last 2 days. And says he still wants to play. His mom's here, too, as he is a native of Edmonton.
Anton Stasny, who has scored at least 25 goals in all 5 of the seasons in the NHL, on the ice with brother Peter. Here's Mike Krushelnyski for the Oilers. To Napier, and it's called on the 2-line offside pass.
Featuring Safeway regular quality ground beef, packs of 5 pounds or more, just 99 cents a pound.
Safeway got it!
Look at Dale Hunter of Quebec. Whoa, the goal tonight from Curry and Gretzky at 5:45. It's 1-0 Oilers. Hunter and McClellan. Sure, you might see that matchup quite a bit tonight, John.
Oh, I think so. And Hunter is known as the little pest in Quebec City. A couple of pests out there, McClellan and Hunter. That could be fun to watch.
McSorley behind the net with Donnelly. Hunter digs it free for Quebec. Having trouble clearing it, Julian to Donnelly. There's 3 regular defensemen out for the Quebec Nordiques. Here's Michel Goulet against Selmar Odeline. Hunter looking for Patrick in front. Odeline has it in the corner. 21st overall pick in the 84 draft. Donnelly stand on his pass. He saw McSorley coming. Seemed more concerned with McSorley than the puck.
I tell you, if Donnelly happens to get involved in a scrap with somebody, the Oiler better be careful. Donnelly throws him left-handed, and he's pretty tough.
All Coffey going wide on Picard with good speed. Gillis cleared it to the point. Fogelin has the puck. His shot went to the corner. Sumanen grabbed behind the net by Shaw. McClellan stepped into Gillis. Now it's Fogelin at center. And he was checked by Eagles. Fogelin didn't take kindly to that.
The bumping and grinding by the Oilers initiating the bumping and grinding, has disallowed Quebec to get their flow going, Bruce. They're a quick-paced hockey club. They play 2 lines, the 3rd one sometimes, the 4th line very seldom, so they like to have a good flow. The Oilers are not allowing them to get it going.
You're watching 2 of the top offensive machines in the NHL tonight, the Nordiques and the Oilers. Here's Fogelin behind the net. Both teams obviously concerned by each other's offensive strength. Here's Fogelin. To Gretzky. Now has an 8-game point streak going where he has 18 assists but no goals. Gillis a slap shot. That was gloved by Pierre. Gillis was stumped again, this time by Kevin Lowe. Solheim to Yari Curry. To Gretzky. Trying to beat Picard. Takes the puck behind the net. Center score and scores! What a masterful pass by Yuri Curry to set up Gretzky. Then it's a matter of time as Gretzky tries to take everybody wide. He toys with Picard. Solheim puts himself into perfect position. Malarchuk had to move across thinking Gretzky was going to come out the other side. Watch him get around Picard here. A little move, a little quick play. He puts Picard off balance. Now how he knows where Solheim is, I'll never know unless Solheim was yelling that he was open. What a play. This whole play, Bruce, set up by Yuri Curry deep in his own zone with just a fabulous pass to Wayne Gretzky to set him up on the open side. Well, this is the night of first, and Solheim's first goal as an Oiler from Gretzky and Curry at 10:07, and it is 2-0. You're watching the Oilers live on ITV.
In a world of advanced approaches in hair and scalp management, North American men and women are turning to Klein's. Genetic hair loss, diet, stress, and hygiene factors deprive your hair of vital nutrients, shortening its life cycle and causing hair loss. Klein's exclusive treatment program revitalizes your hair, lengthening the life cycle, giving you a fuller, thicker, healthier head of hair. Give your hair the chance of a future. Call Klein's today.
Play is just underway. Oilers leading 2-0 on goals by Lowe and Solheim. Here's Mark Messier. Drop pass for Anderson, and that was played out by Cote. Now John Anderson, the former Leaf, in front for Stasny. Pass was behind him. Drake sends Anderson away with Coffey and McTavish. Coffey had trouble finding the puck. Brent Ashton for the Nordiques. Ahead for Stasny. He's got Anderson with him. 2-on-1 to Anderson. Shoots. Saved by Grant Pierre high on the chest, and he hangs on.
Good save by Fury. Moved across. When I watched Anderson shoot this morning in practice, every shot he took was up high. Fury must have watched. He moved across, stayed up, and Anderson went top with a shot.
Grant Pierre has been sharp in the early going for the Oilers. They've been outshot 12-7 by Quebec, but lead 2-0.
An interesting stat, Bruce. Only 3 times has a Stanley Cup winning team failed to have a goaltender make the first or second postseason All-Star team. The 80 Islanders and the Oilers the last 2 years. Yes, the names aren't there in the All-Star teams, but what years their goaltenders have had here with the Edmonton Oilers the last 2 seasons.
Incidentally, the red light behind Grant Pierre is not working tonight, and the goal judge will not be surrendering, even though he'll be waving a white towel when a goal is scored in that end. Kevin Lowe to Craig McTavish with Napier and Krushelnyski. Donnelly fed it through center. No Nordique there. Pierre's out to play it. Clears it ahead to Napier. Now to Craig McTavish. Krushelnyski on the left side. Kevin Lowe coming up on the play. McTavish couldn't penetrate the Quebec zone, and Julian has it to Michel Goulet. He rolls it to the Oiler line, and Kevin Lowe takes over. McTavish stops against Goulet. Now to Fogelin. Glenn Sather from the bench yelling, "Move it," to Craig McTavish. Here's Krushelnyski. To Napier. The slap shot. And that hit Julian.
The Oilers aren't sure what to do with the puck. They should throw it in Quebec zone and forecheck as much as possible. They've been playing, this is their 3rd game on the road on this recent trip. Plus, with the injuries, it's a matter of time before they get worn down back behind the blue line.
Nordiques have won 4 of their last 5 games. Krushelnyski hip check at the line by Donnelly, and I think Krushelnyski is feeling the effects of that as McSorley pushes at Donnelly. And there's that left hand you were talking about, and this is a pretty good battle.
Hey, right now, or McSorley better watch his hand. He's hitting the back of the helmet at Donnelly. But he surprises people with that left hand, Bruce. Of course, everybody thinks, well, the majority are right-handed, but Krushelnyski's still down. Remember, he had an injured knee earlier this season. Donnelly, it looked like a delayed action as he went to hit Krushelnyski. He was sort of caught out of position, and obviously Krushelnyski's having a problem.
Still down on his knees, Peter Miller, the therapist, out to look at Mike Krushelnyski, and you could see the pain on his face as he was falling to the ice there.
Well, you have to hope it's nothing serious. Krushelnyski's played very well for the Oilers the last 3 games. I was talking to Muckler just before game time, and he said he was very impressed with the work ethic of Krushelnyski. Of course, remember the last 3 games the Oilers played were on the road. And you need road players, especially against some of the tough teams they played, such as Washington and Buffalo, to succeed come playoff time. Krushelnyski, obvious discomfort.
Well, he's certainly taking his time getting up, now being helped to his feet by Randy Gregg and Peter Miller, and he's not putting a whole lot of weight on the left knee. Donnelly and McSorley are in the penalty box.
From molten steel, Nissan creates the most important truck breakthrough in a quarter century. The 1987 Nissan King Cab E. Now fuel injected for more power than ever before. Nissan's biggest King Cab ever. Wider, longer, more cab room. Everything's changed except for one thing. At $91.17, it's still Alberta's lowest priced King Cab. The name is Nissan King Cab.
So at 12:24 the first period, McSorley gets 5 minutes for fighting, and watch the tripping penalty here. Donnelly's going to get, look at his left leg way out. He tried to hip check him, but he led with his knee and his leg, and that hit Krushelnyski before the hip did, and that's why the call was there for tripping. And Donnelly also got 5 minutes for fighting. So the Oilers with their power play rated number 2 in the league overall, get a chance to make it 3-0.
But the Nordiques, very good short-handed, first in the league. So a good matchup tonight. Gretzky with Solheim and Curry. Coffey at the point. Gregan moved way in and is screening in front. Here's Gretzky trying to get a shot away, moving right in. Tried to jam it in, and a pad saved by Malarchuk. Coffey rips one. Glove saved by Malarchuk, who tried to bat it away from the crease. And the Nordique Shaw has it.
Boy, that was some kind of a save by Malarchuk on both Gretzky and then Coffey. The Oilers have the fewest power play opportunities of any team in the league this year. This is their number 208. An example is Quebec has had 304 chances. The Oilers, this is just number 208, but Malarchuk, he stayed right with Gretzky as Gretzky tried to get a goal as he was in tight. Watch him in tight. Malarchuk stays with him. Coffey follows up the play and doesn't waste time. He just blasts it. What a glove save, and then Malarchuk tried to bat it out of midair. Actually, did bat it out of midair. Watch the glove hand, first of all. Bats it out of midair. Then the high stick is called. Face off inside.
Gretzky, Solheim, Curry, Coffey, and Randy Gregg. Solheim couldn't get a shot away off the face-off. Shaw winds up trying to fire it out, and does. Here's Gillis. He'll be one-on-one against Paul Coffey. But Coffey checked him.
The Nordiques have 8 short-handed goals. Anderson has 3, and Gillis has 2, Bruce.
Yari Curry gets around Brent Ashton, stops in the corner with it as the Oilers set up on the power play. Gretzky to Paul Coffey. To Curry in the corner. Back to Gretzky, Gregg, and Solheim both in front. To Curry. He fakes the shot. To Coffey. His shot went off the stick of Gillis to the corner. Picard couldn't clear it for the Nordiques. Now he will. To Brent Ashton. One-on-one against Coffey. Slap shot, and he just missed the far corner. Eagles trying to poke it in front, and a delayed offside against Quebec. 42 seconds in the penalty to Donnelly.
Gretzky continues to roll with 2 first-period assists here right now. Amazing. You look at the numbers of Wayne Gretzky. You know, he's played in every All-Star game in every league he's ever played in, from a youngster all the way up till his professional years. Maybe it isn't so surprising, I guess, if you really think about it. NHL MVP the last 6 years. Pretty good spirit this morning. I think that's just people look for numbers, Bruce. And notice he hasn't scored in something like 8 games. Big deal. 17 assists, now 19 assists. Certainly tell a story.
I think it's safe to say he likely won't miss too many All-Star games in the next few years either. Probably until he retires. That'll be the first one he'll miss. Paul Coffey for the Oilers. To Mark Messier, 29 seconds in the penalty. Gretzky and Anderson, the other forwards. Here's Gretzky, shoots, saved by Malarchuk, who came way out to challenge, and he covers up.
Well, Malarchuk has been maybe the hottest goaltender in the league. That's what the Bergeron, the head coach, thinks. He says, I'm going to stay with him, let him play. Now in 18 of the last 21 games, watch him stay up and challenge the shooter, Wayne Gretzky. He moves out, and Malarchuk says the ability to stand up much more than he has in past years is why he's up in the NHL and playing well. He grew up in Edmonton, just a few blocks away from Kelly Rudy. Rudy, the goaltender for the New York Islanders. Malarchuk, very aggressive, quite a character. Malarchuk, he paid his dues, playing in the minors, up and down a number of years. He sat quietly and didn't complain, didn't demand to get traded. Played his first NHL game 4 years ago in the Island. He was beat for 10 goals in that game. Didn't really shatter him. He's back playing well. He plays well in the division, too, and that's what helps him. He plays so well against the Boston Bruins. Pretty good goalkeeper, but the Oilers have had the best of them in this first period. 2-0 Oilers.
And a good look at Mark Messier, who picked up his 500th career point with 2 assists against Detroit the other night in the Oilers' 3-2 victory. You know, John, Alberta's bred some pretty good goaltenders. There's some pretty good examples in the league right now.
A lot of them right here from Edmonton. Rudy, Doug Stotard, who has the best average in the league. Of course, Malarchuk, Pete Peters.
John Davidson down the road.
That was 40 pounds ago, though.
Messier for Anderson behind the net. Left it for Gretzky. 12 seconds in the penalty. And the Nordiques dump it out. 2-0 Oilers leading. 5:42 left first period. Paul Coffey to Mark Messier. Flying down that left side. Took the quick wrist shot weakly into Malarchuk. And he gloves it. 5:35 to go in the first. Low and Solheim has scored. It's 2-0.
I saw your sign. What's the big deal?
It's Shell's big deal on a meal.
For real? Huh. What's the spiel?
You fill up at Shell, and for a penny, we'll seal the deal with over $2 in coupons on Swiss Chalet and Harvey's meals.
Save over $2 on quarter chicken dinners and hamburger meals? Wow, unreal.
So how do you feel about Shell's big deal on a meal?
It's a steal.
Why do you think they call us Shell dealers?
Shell Dealers help.
Things getting a little bit nasty as Picard and Semenko have gone to their respective penalty boxes. Semenko, who's been playing in ill humor the last couple of games, he got involved with Joe Kosher from the Detroit Red Wings and I guess took care of him in short order. This time he goes after Picard, both being sent to the penalty box by Ron Wicks. There's the head coach, Michel Bergeron, the third most experienced coach in the National Hockey League behind Glenn Sather and Al Arbor. He is the boss of that hockey club, and the players know it. They don't argue with him, and that's that. Wicks explaining his calls to Peter Stastny, the captain of Quebec. Interesting to see the game, Bruce, in Philadelphia last night. The off-ice officials in the penalty box wearing helmets and face shields. It's not taking any chances at all. Here in Edmonton, there's glass in front of the penalty box where the off-ice officials sit, so it's not too much of a problem. 2 minutes each. 2 minutes for slashing to Picard, 2 minutes roughing to Dave Semenko.
Time of those penalties, 14:25. Next thing you know, broadcasters will be wearing the helmet and face shield, John.
We just need parachutes where we broadcast from.
Kevin Lowe into the corner to Messier. Dale Hunter takes over. Sends it out to Goulet with Couple on the right side. Quick shot by Cote, who, as I mentioned earlier, playing defense with all the injuries on Quebec. Messier to Kevin McClellan. Good move on Cote, right in, shoots. The Malarchuk made the pass save. Here's Anderson to McCabe, shoots just wide. He was cruising through the slot. Kicks it free. Dale Hunter having trouble in front. Now he gets it back to Michel Goulet. Out on the right side for Kumpel. He left it for Gilbert Delorme, who shoots it in. Delorme coming over from St. Louis for Bruce Bell, started his career in Montreal. Glenn Anderson hits Anton Stastny. Hoagland turns away from Hunter. Back for Kevin Lowe. It hops off his stick. Now to Fogelin. His pass was too high for Napier. Digging back after it is Julien. McTavish in forechecking, steals it. Tried to center it. And Suminen couldn't get a shot away. Peter Stastny. Julien off the boards to Ashton with his fifth NHL team, Brent Ashton. Here's Gretzky stealing it right in. Fakes the shot wide open net, shoots, and it was blocked by Shaw, the defenseman. Gretzky had the wide open net. Malarchuk's on top of it.
Boy, Gretzky's been on fire. Great plays as he's undressing the Nordique defenseman. I think the goaltender Malarchuk may have got this puck with the back of his goal stick. In desperation, he reached back. Look at Gretzky make the move here. Fakes it inside. Away we go. Watch Malarchuk. Now watch the goal stick of the goaltender reach out, and he gets it with the heel of the goal stick, holds it back into his body. Wayne Gretzky is making some pretty hot moves there. This time he fakes it, gets Malarchuk moving a little bit. Malarchuk with pretty good reaction to move across and stop the puck. Actually, it was more of a missed shot from Wayne Gretzky than it was a great save. But he's made some great plays in that offensive zone early in this first period.
Paul Coffey has the puck, waits, now shoots, and Delorme takes over. To Anton Stastny. He plays it off the boards to Peter Stastny with Ashton on the left side. Back to Anton. In front for Ashton, and it trickled into Fuhr, and he cleared it away to Yari Curry. To Coffey. Great speed around Cote, moves right in, shoots, saved by Malarchuk, and the rebound. Peter Stastny cleared it. Here's Coffey winding up, and he drilled it wide of the net. Cote, Ashton, the Oilers trying to take advantage of Cote back on defense, but they've done a pretty good job. Here's Ashton. Centers it for Anton Stastny. That play broken up by Paul Coffey. And now a play comes to a stop.
You're right, Bruce. Cote's forward is now getting a chance to play defense because of the injury problems. He was named first star in Los Angeles the other night, but this time here comes Paul Coffey. Malarchuk again, a point-blank shot. The quality of shots that he has had to this point have been amazing, but he continues to make the saves. He's got good balance, good reaction. You saw how quick he got up to his feet there. Got back to the corner of the post. Very, very quick. He comes back and lives in Alberta during the offseason. His brother was a good goaltender. Garth Malarchuk played for the Calgary Centennials for a number of years, junior hockey. Now a policeman in the city of Calgary. I think he's here in attendance tonight. But Malarchuk's been the difference here. It could be a lot more than just 2-0.
Cote probably saying to himself, now I know how the rest of the defense feels with Paul Coffey coming down on him.
I don't blame him either. Coffey was the best player on the ice in Detroit since John Muckler, and he's shown some pretty good speed here in this game.
Ray Scapinello, the linesman, talking to Ron Wicks, and I think we have penalty coming up. Now they're talking these over. Mark Messier heads to the penalty box, and likely a delay of game, I would think. Wayne Gretzky was arguing. Mark Messier not saying too much.
2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. The time, 16 minutes, 39.
Messier for unsportsmanlike conduct. Ray Scapinello is the linesman. Messier saying something as he's skating away. There it is. Gretzky had moved in. Scapinello right there. Unsportsmanlike fella. Nordiques on their first power play of the night. Quebec's power play 5th in the NHL. It has improved as the season's gone on. And Stastny has the puck. J.F. Sauvé playing his first shift of the night. He's used primarily on the power play, has 41 of his 47 points on it. Here's McTavish, who's had a good period. He hit Picard with a shot. Craig McTavish has stolen the puck a couple of times in this opening period. Now he's all down by Picard, and Robert Picard will be going to the penalty box. It'll be his second trip to the sin bin in this opening period. 2-0 Oilers.
Sport Check bites the bullet. It's time to unload hundreds and hundreds of ski deals, 30 to 50% off. All this week, a huge special purchase of Jones ski wear, fresh new styles, 50% off. All junior skis and bindings, 50% off. Dynastar top line performance skis, regularly $395, 40% off. Fisher, Nigel, and Dynastar recreational skis, 50% off. Sport Check unloads hundreds of ski deals, open every weeknight till 9. Sport Check! 30 to 50% off right now at Sport Check.
Well, it was a short-lived power play for the Quebec Nordiques. Robert Picard for hooking at 17:08. As he puts the stick in the midsection of Craig McTavish. Upends him. And the teams will play 5 aside. Jari Kurri and Gretzky, the forwards for the Oilers. Lowe and Fogelin on defense. DeLorme for Quebec. Leads the rush. Looking for Dale Hunter. Off low stick to Jari Kurri. Here's Gretzky on the right side. Kurri a shot, and he drilled it just wide of the corner. Gretzky tried to center it. Cote to Goulet, now to Dale Hunter. Fogelin trying to check Hunter. Got it to the side of the net. And it's Jari Kurri. Out to Gretzky. Cote. Just broke that up at the last second. Coffey trying to lead the attack. 45 seconds and the penalty to Messier. The Oilers will be on a short power play. Gretzky hanging on to it to Kurri. Now to Coffey in the corner to Gregg in front off the stick of Malarchuk. And here come the Nordiques 2-on-1. Stastny with Brett Ashton. Kurri is back. Stastny tried to center it. And a nice defensive play by Jari Kurri. Coffey couldn't handle the pass at center. Peter Stastny to David Shaw. Now it's center to Ashton. On the left side for Julian. He couldn't reach it, and it's Gregg in his own zone. Down the boards, put it right on Shaw's stick, winds up, shot nowhere near the net, and Glenn Anderson tracks it down. Out to Gretzky, by himself against 3 Nordiques. Still has the puck. To Anderson, goes around John Anderson, backhand shot, and it hit the side of the net. Good play there by the Oilers, Gretzky and Anderson. Julian put it right on Messier's stick at center. He's flying across the line and fanned on a shot. Julian for John Anderson. Now Gretzky to Messier. Gretzky has it again. To Paul Coffey. Back to Gretzky in the corner. Messier in front. Oilers now on a power play. Only 3 seconds left. Coffey at the point. The slap shot. Glove save by Malarchuk. Fogelin takes the shot. Malarchuk made the save again. Loose puck. And it was cleared out of the crease. Coffey ripped one. And it's wide of the net. Oilers all over the Nordiques. But can't get the third goal. Here's Gretzky behind the net. Good move on shot. Centered it off Malarchuk's stick. And the puck was on top of the net. Malarchuk says, I'm not taking any chances. I'll hold on.
Please stay with us for tonight's first intermission. We'll have our super tough, always challenging NHL Blockbuster Trivia Quiz. Our Blockbuster Trivia Quiz coming up after the first period.
Well, I don't know how many answers I'll get to that Blockbuster Trivia Quiz, but I'll certainly play along with the rest of you. Clint Malarchuk's been busy in the first period, facing 17 Oilers shots. And a bit of desperation on that last series of plays as the Oilers came very close to making it 3-0. McTavish and Hunter to the left of Malarchuk, just 35 seconds remaining first period. McTavish in the corner to Sumanen. Napier for the front of the net. McTavish and Cote go after it. Can't get a face-off. They'll try again. And due to the left of Clint Malarchuk, 20 seconds remaining in the first period. Take a look at number 19, Alain Cote. Not very tall at 5'10", but weighs in at 203 pounds. He was claimed by the Nordiques from Montreal in the expansion draft in June of 1979. And he's filling in on defense tonight. Steve Patrick came over to the Nordiques from the Rangers. Yielding a ball, Will Paymont. Here's Goulet going for the front of the net. He couldn't reach the pass. Dale Hunter in the corner. Time running out in the period. Patrick pushed off the puck by Kevin Lowe. Just 3 seconds. Goulet looking for Hunter in front to Patrick, and he couldn't backhand it in as time runs out in the period. The score after 1, the Oilers 2 and the Nordiques nothing.
I want a nice light snack right now. Oh, hi there. Gotta go. I can't wait. Come on, we're getting closer. Whoa. Excuse me, pardon me.
In the first period tonight at Northlands Coliseum, scoring for the Edmonton Oilers, it was Kevin Lowe getting his first of the season. Also Ken Solheim getting his first of the season. Edmonton leading Quebec by a score of 2-0. 40 minutes left to play at Northlands Coliseum. Well, with some injuries to the Oilers blue liners, the regulars like Randy Gregg are getting some extra work, and Dr. Gregg is my guest this first intermission. And now Charlie Huddy's down. What's the problem with Charlie? Is he going to be back tonight? What do you know so far on the bench?
Well, he looked like he was in a lot of pain when he came off the ice. He sprained or strained that back muscle that he'd had injured a couple games ago. Sometimes when the back injury feels pretty good, you feel like getting out there with the team, but he may have rushed a little bit coming back, so I would expect that the kind of shape he looked as though he was in when he left the bench, that he won't be back tonight.
That meant some extra duty, some extra time for you in the first period, and some extra responsibility for the final 40 minutes. That's kind of a challenge. You must enjoy it.
Well, it is. It's nice to get into the rhythm of a game. You know that you're going to be there every second shift just about, and you can get into the tempo and certainly not lose your sweat. So in that way, it's pretty good.
Like many players in the National Hockey League, Randy, you've decided this season to start wearing an eye shield. Why did you make the decision?
Well, initially I got a broken nose in one of the games early in the year and decided to wear that for protection. Found that there wasn't really that many difficulties with wearing it, and with the number of accidental eye injuries that are happening around the league, I just thought that I'd keep it on and see how it goes. So far, I haven't got any complaints, and it gives you a little bit more security that you're not going to get a stick in the eye and maybe lose one.
It wasn't difficult to make the adjustment? Was it simply a matter of time, a couple of games, and you didn't notice it was there anymore?
You always notice it's there, but as long as it's not causing any reflection or any abnormal viewing, it's not too bad. Probably the worst thing is when you go down to block a shot and someone stops close to you, the spray gets on it, and for the next end of the shift, it's a little bit difficult to see around the particles of water. But that's a minor problem, I think, and a lot of the players in the Oilers are considering them.
Are you surprised that more players in your team, more players around the league, aren't wearing them right now, given what's happened this season?
Well, when we play the teams that have had eye injuries in the past, a large majority of the players are wearing them. So I'd like to think that we'd be smart enough to prevent the injuries by wearing them before someone got hurt, but it's inevitable, I think, before someone on each team gets an eye injury. Hopefully it's not a career-ending injury. And many of the players are starting to say, hey, I don't want to put on a shield after I've lost an eye or damaged an eye, and I think that's why you're seeing that change this year.
The Oilers in a real fight for first place overall with the Philadelphia Flyers at this point. This season they've added a bit of a prize, $200,000 to the team that finishes first place overall. How much incentive does that $200,000 provide?
Well, that's not a bad incentive, certainly, but I think more incentive is the fact that the #1 team overall gets home advantage throughout the series. Last year that wasn't a consideration, so it wasn't something that we'd work hard for, but this year is very important that if we are lucky enough to get to the finals again, we want to have that 7th potential game in the Edmonton Coliseum. So, yeah, I think that's the motivating factor.
Well, Randy, I know you've got a lot of work left to do tonight. Thanks very much for your time, and good luck in the final 40 minutes.
Thank you.
My guest from the Edmonton Oilers, defenseman Randy Gray. Coming up next, we'll have John Davidson in conversation with Quebec forward Brent Ashton. Stay with us from Northlands Coliseum. You're watching the Oilers on ITV.
The Brick presents our...
We're in the first intermission at Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton. The Oilers leading the Quebec Nordiques by a score of 2-0. Well, forward Brent Ashton got off to a fairly slow start this season with the Quebec Nordiques, but over the past few weeks he's picked up the pace and he's playing quite well. He's standing by right now with John Davidson. John?
Brent, pretty good goaltending during this outing.
Well, they made some big saves on us. You know, we had 13 shots, we were outshot by 4, but I think their chances were equal. No, it was good goaltending both ends. Clint played really well, and Fury made a lot of big saves for them.
Tell me about yourself. You went and had contract negotiation problems. You decided to go to arbitration. It did not work out. You've since signed a new contract.
Well, you know, I signed, it's a 1-1, so I'm up again this summer for another contract. But you say you go with, you know, at the summer, you take it all then, and whatever happens, happens. You just go on with the season, and as of now, it's going a little better.
Traded to Quebec from Minnesota. The big difference is ice time, is it?
Oh, definitely. You know, you play the ice time, you play with confidence. You know, you're allowed to make those mistakes because you can play right through them and, you know, build confidence through that. So that's been the big change for me.
You got to tell me about playing with the two Stasny brothers. You're an English-speaking person in a French-speaking town, and you're playing with two Czechoslovakian-speaking hockey players.
Well, it takes a while to get used to. They're both excellent hockey players, and sometimes you wonder, you know, we come off the ice and they start talking Czech to each other and saying, I don't know if they're giving each other heck or they're just talking about the play, so I just kind of sit my piece.
Are they types of players that help Brent Ashton learn? Are they good offensive skill players where you can become a better player in that respect?
Oh, definitely. You know, watching them just in practices alone, you learn from them. And playing with them, they're always talking to you, you know. After a shift or something, they're on the bench, they're telling you what maybe you could have done, maybe chinked it off the board instead of trying to go through a guy, and, you know, it makes a big difference in your play.
How tough is it for Brent Ashton, being from Saskatoon, a native of Saskatoon? You played junior hockey there, playing in Quebec City, which is, you know, basically a pure French-speaking community.
Well, it's a good hockey city. You know, the people appreciate the hockey, and you know, it's a different culture altogether. You know, the French language and different lifestyles. So it's good though. If the hockey's good, you know, you can live with everything. And right now the hockey's going well.
And how about Michel Bergeron, the head coach? Some call the toy tiger. He's quite an emotional fella. How is he in the dressing room between periods?
Well, you know, it depends how we're coming in. You know, he's going to let us know what we weren't doing or what we were doing, and he's an excellent coach. You know, he builds your confidence, he plays it, he uses everybody, and you know, he knows what's going on during the game. And what can you say with the guy? He's a little drill sergeant.
Okay, you got to tell us the truth. Did you come across for all the tickets for your relatives tonight? I guess half of Saskatoon's here.
Oh, yeah, I did. There's a lot of people here, and hopefully I can put on a good show.
Good luck. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Okay, back to you, Tim.
And thank you, John. Our color commentator, John Davidson, in conversation with Brent Ashton, a forward from the Quebec Nordiques. Coming up next, as promised, another edition of Blockbuster Trivia. Stay with us from Edmonton. You're watching the Oilers on ITV.
Moving into the future.
First goal of the season, his first goal in a long time at 5:45. Ken Solheim, his first goal as a member of the Edmonton Oilers at 10:07. Curry and Gretzky assisting on both goals to give Edmonton a 2-0 lead after 20 minutes. And in that first period, the Oilers outshot Quebec 17-13.
Well, John Davidson, I thought the Oilers showed a lot of zip in that first period, and Clint Malarchuk actually kept the Nordiques in the hockey game.
Both goaltenders played very well, along with number 99, Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky and Coffey led the club, Bruce. 3 shots on goal each. Nobody had 3 shots on goal for the Nordiques, but I thought both goaltenders were very sharp. Of course, the Oilers got their goals early in the period. And since then, Malarchuk really was tough. He had a lot of real quality shots against him.
We expected a high-tempo hockey game between these two powerful offensive machines, and the shots on goal would certainly indicate that. 17-13 for the Oilers in the opening period. In the second period, just underway, McClellan has been matched against Hunter most of the night. Marty McSorley for the Oilers centers it. Suominen fanned on the shot. A perfect setup by McSorley, but Suominen didn't make contact with the puck. Patrick gets around Lowe. Here's Hunter. Back for Patrick, but Lowe was there to cover up for the Oilers. So Lee Fogelman, he backhands it right to Malarchuk, and he shoots it off the corner glass to Steve Patrick. The first-round draft pick of the Buffalo Sabres, then went to the Rangers, now a Quebec Nordique, and it would appear But Quebec got the best of that deal because Will Caemont is injured. I don't think the Rangers knew about that.
Well, he was supposed to have taken a slap shot on the foot in Montreal. They never diagnosed it until he played a game for the Rangers in Boston. Couldn't finish the game, Bruce. And it is broken. He'll be out for at least a month. Now, don't forget that the Oilers here are without Charlie Huddy and without Krushelnyski. Neither one is returned for the second period.
Randy Gregg to Yari Curry with Solheim. McClellan still on the ice for the Oilers. Solheim tried to center it. Went out the stick of Shaw. Picard after Curry in the corner. And Peter Stastny picks it up. To Anton Stastny. Back for Peter, but the pass was behind him. Yari Curry for the Oilers. He just dumps it out. Brett Ashton, who John Davidson talked to in the first intermission, on the ice with the two Stastnys. He's ridden off the puck by Paul Coffey. Randy Gregg. Gretzky just let it go. Picard was backing up, so Gretzky has the puck. And Solheim was offside on the left wing. Live from Northlands Coliseum, this is your Molson Hockey Telecast. Play is just underway. Paul Gillis with 3 goals in the last 5 games for Quebec hit Kevin Lowe. And the Oiler defenseman starts away to Dave Semenko. He was looking for Messier. Cote cleared it for Quebec to John Anderson with Gillis and Greg Malone. Pass for Malone. The good back checking by Semenko. Glenn Anderson for the Oilers couldn't pick it up along the boards. He and John Anderson out there together. Now it's Kevin Lowe. To Lee Fogelin to Mark Messier with Semenko trailing. Takes the pass. In on the backhand. Stops in the corner and falls. Cote got it out on the right side for Anderson. Kevin Lowe taking his time. Gillis keeps it in. 17:23 left in the second period. It's 2-0 Oilers on goals by Lowe and Solheim. Delmar Odeline on the ice now for the Oilers. Had 2 or 3 shits in the first period. Here's McTavish. Makes it a lot more with Charlie Huddy out of the lineup. Huddy taking a shot in that first period. Here's Anderson. Gretzky just stayed onside. Michel Goulet missed it behind the net. Donnelly for Quebec. To Dale Hunter. He made a good move on Napier. Back for Goulet. Tripped up by Gretzky. And number 99 will get a penalty as he looks into space. Says, shouldn't have been a penalty, Ron, but he'll go off for 2 minutes.
When you know a truck or two, you just know Dodger's a truck for you. Brand up truck, well, handsome too. Think of all the trucks you've tried. You know that Dodge is on your side, so grab one by the horns and ride.
Dodge, one Ram tough act to follow.
So grab one by the horns and go. Grab one by the horns and go.
Dodge Trucks 86, a Ram tough act to follow.
Wayne Gretzky for hooking. Penalty minutes 31 and 32 on the season. In the neutral zone, he reaches out, pulls down one of the Nordiques players, and he's straight to the box. Sauvé on the point on the power play has been the key for the Nordiques on their power play, Bruce. He's been just great back there. That's all he plays is power play.
Anton Stastny fought off McTavish. Picard. Now Peter Stastny to Anton. Picard, Sauvé, and Goulet also on the power play. Here's Peter Stastny trying to center it. Blocked by Gregg. Puck bounces high in front. Hit by Messier, a high stick. And whistled down by referee Ron Wicks. 1:39 in the penalty to Gretzky.
The Nordiques take chances on their power play, and it sort of shows they've given up 13 shorthanded goals against, the most in the league. That is tied with the Los Angeles Kings. The number is 13. Again, we look at Peter Stastny, but Sauvé on the point on the power play has helped, and so has the addition of Robert Picard. He's a left-shooting defenseman, and he has a lot of experience back there, and their power play has certainly come alive for the hockey club.
Peter Stasny along the boards. Back for Picard. Bounced off his stick and outside the Oilers' zone. Sauve had to be careful with McTavish and Messier converging on him. Anton Stasny. Rink wide for Sauve. The slap shot went off Gregg and just wide of the net. Coffey turns and fires it down the ice. 1:13 in the penalty to Gretzky.
Randy Gregg, with a timely block of that shot, has certainly played very, very well. Consistent defense. He's played with all sorts of different partners, Bruce, and he keeps playing well, both on the power play, penalty killing, and also on the regular shift.
Here's Glenn Anderson winding it up for the Oilers. Fakes the shot. Comes in front. Grabbed by Picard. Broke his stick. Goes sliding into the corner. No penalty. It looks spectacular, but no 2 minutes from Ron Wick. Anton Stasny to Goulet all alone for a backhand shot, and a great save by Pierre at center. Another shot and a great save by Pierre on Peter Stasny. Couple of great opportunities there for the Nordiques. Picard at the point, off his stick. Napier flips it by him, trying to go on a breakaway, but Malarchuk beat him to the puck. Here's Napier in the corner looking for Yari Curry. Slides it across. He scores! The win in off the defenseman Picard.
Short-handed goal number 16 for the Edmonton Oilers. What's Malarchuk? He doesn't know what to do with it. I think he was going to fall on it first of all, and then he got into trouble. All he did was give it back to Napier, and then they come and they score another short-handed goal. That's number 6 for Yari Curry, and that leads the entire National Hockey League. Picard had trouble handling the puck at the Edmonton blue line. Or excuse me, Napier scoring the goal, not Curry, his 16th goal of the year. But that was a classic situation, Bruce, with the team that has scored the most short-handed goals in the league against the team that has given up the most, and the goal-scoring team won.
Number 193 in the career of Mark Napier. And the Oilers have a 3-0 lead on Quebec. DeLorme slides it in, still 10 seconds in the penalty to Gretzky. Dale Hunter let it go to Cote. Napier banked it off the boards and out. Gretzky getting ready to step back on the ice as DeLorme shoots it in. Steve Patrick after it. Here's Ashton, but Lowe has the puck for the Oilers. Then Napier with Wayne Gretzky. Curry also up on the play. Napier still has it. Puck behind the net. DeLorme for Quebec. Just past the 5-minute mark, second period. It's 3-0 Oilers. Randy Gregg hustles after it, touches it, and it's icing against Quebec. Mark Napier short-handed in the second period. 3-0 Oilers.
You like to think you're a logical person, right? I did, until I realized I was paying a fee to use my bank credit card. Now that wasn't logical when I had a choice. A MasterCard from Bank of Montreal has no annual fee, no transaction fees, no nonsense, and it's accepted around the world. Logic tells you the smart choice is MasterCard.
And now we offer MasterCard traveler's checks.
At the Bank of Montreal.
5 minutes, 33 seconds have been played in the second period. Oilers leading the Nordiques 3-0. Mark Napier scoring short-handed in the second period. Sumanen and McSorley after the puck in the corner. Now Picard behind the net. Plays it high on the glass, and Gillis will pick it up. No, he won't.
Remember that last Edmonton goal was scored after Fjord made the big save on Goulet. Quite a turn in events.
Pile up near the bench. Marty McSorley looking for more action. Elbowing Robert Picard. Well, just a lot of chattering going on. I think it's a dangerous place to get involved.
Safeway features Canada Dry Pop, case $7.99 or 3 tins for just $1.
Safeway got it!
There's a look at Simon Nollet, the assistant coach with the Nordiques. They also have another assistant, Ron Harris. Harris is in Calgary tonight, scouting the Flames as the Nordiques play there on Sunday night.
Randy Gregg for the Oilers to Paul Coffey. Out of Marty McSorley. On the left side for McClellan with Ramos Sumanen. To Coffey, and he's hand on the shot. For Donnelly. Out of center for Eagles off his stick. And it's Randy Gregg again to Paul Coffey. Sumanen with McSorley trailing. Picard broke that play up. McClellan and Gillis spin around. McSorley hammered Eagle. Sumanen in front for McSorley. Gets it back, then was checked from behind by Donnelly. Here's Sumanen into the corner after the puck. Randy Gregg to Sumanen. Watched by Picard. Now to Kevin McClellan. He couldn't get a shot away as Eagles got a piece of him.
Watch the Nordiques in their own zone. They're trying to play a very patient man-on-man situation. Eagles skated all the way around with McSorley. What? Messier just got on the ice late after a line shift here.
Gillis in front for Eagles. Now he goes into the corner. Oilers throwing their weight around, crashing into every blue shirt they can find. Here's Messier. To Anderson. Shoots. Pass saved by Malarchuk. And Semenko couldn't find the rebound. Oilers have really been driving for the net tonight. Here's Hunter for Quebec. Trying to start out. Anderson cuts him off. Semenko has it to Mark Messier. Puck is poked out by Cote. Fogelin falls. Dale Hunter for Quebec. Grabbed by Lowe. Goulet behind the net. Cote had moved in from the point, but Goulet can't get it to him. Fogelin trying to tie it up for a face-off. And the puck squirts loose. Now Semenko's in there. Ron Wicks watching play closely. Anton Stasny. Centered the puck, and Kevin Lowe has it. To Mark Messier. He gets away from Hunter to Glenn Anderson. Back to Messier. His shot, and that was blocked by Cote. Dale Hunter to Anton Stasny with Brent Ashton. Stasny is checked by Kevin Lowe. Ashton got a good piece of Lowe in the corner. Ashton was trumped by Messier. Coffey. Peter Stasny trying to freeze it. Puck is centered. Ashton to Anton Stasny. And he couldn't gain control. Anderson out to Paul Coffey. David Shaw in his own zone to Brett Ashton. 11:20 left second period. It's 3-0 Oilers. Peter Stasny. Drop pass for Picard. He was checked by Gretzky and fell. Here's Shaw in from the point. Behind the net for Peter Stasny. Ashton all alone in front. They couldn't get it to him. Now they center it. Here's Couple scores!
Stasny and Ashton had a long shift. The other Stasny went off the ice and Kumpel came out. He got himself into position and got the nice play, but Ashton and Stasny played well down low, Bruce. Behind that Edmonton net, they forechecked, they worked. Here you see Shaw keeping the play live, but it was a play behind the net here by Ashton and Stasny that sets it up. Good pass out to Kumpel, and he snapped it quickly to the long side of Grant Fuhr. See Grant Fuhr look. Watch somebody skate right in front of Grant Fuhr when the shot's going to be taken. He's not going to see it. He's not going to see the release of the shot. Right there, somebody skates in front, and he's not sure where it is, and he reacted a split second too late. The first goal of the game for the Nordiques, scored by Kumpel. Kumpel played on the 84 U.S. Olympic team. His 10th of the year from Peter Stasny and Shaw at 8:56. Quebec on the scoreboard at 3-1. 88th point of the season for Peter Stasny, who has had 5 consecutive seasons of at least 100 points in the NHL, but he barely made it last year with 100 even. Here's Gretzky on the right side to Mark Napier. He and Cote battle for it in the corner. Randy Gregg to Gretzky. Would have been a 2-on-1 for Quebec if Kumpel could have gained control, but Coffey has it in his own zone. Pass at center for Gretzky too high. Greg Malone, 29-year-old forward to Gillis. His shot went off the stick of Fuhr. Cote in from the point. Behind the net for Malone. Quebec looking for their second goal. Here's Gretzky for the Oilers. Still without a goal. In the last 9 games, penalty coming up. He was upended by Gillis, who quit skating. Coffey right in his shot. Malarchuk to save, and play is good.